Tradition. You can't buy it. It's earned the hard way over decades and eras. On the field, on the road, in the mud. With guts and with grit, and firm belief that today could be our day. The Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is back. Still alive, still kicking, the oldest prize in American soccer. 96 teams, part-timers to major leaguers. Survive and move on, lose and you go home. So we call all underdogs dreamers and believers. And we ask you again one simple question. Are you up for the cup?
The beautiful beaches near Los Angeles, California. It's an absolutely beautiful night to kick off the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. From Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California, it's Laguna United FC out of UPSL against Ventura County FC out of MLS Next Pro. Alongside the legendary Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Appel. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And Gary, this Ventura County side out of MLS Next Pro making its fourth Open Cup appearance, trying to reach that best ever finish they had back in 2014 when they made the third round.
It's a very talented group of young players, obviously a wonderful future ahead in the MLS, and they're up against a virtually amateur side, Laguna United FC, who just can only but dream of reaching the heights of Ventura County. Can they do it here tonight?
An impressive win against San Diego International in Open Division qualifying. We talked to Sam Nicholson this week. They are very excited about the opportunity in front of them tonight. As we take a look at tonight's starting 11s for Ventura County and Laguna United.
Well, Ventura County have made one change to the team that lost to the youthful LAFC side. Gabriel Arnold comes in for Thomas Muster, who drops down to the bench. We think it'll be something along the lines possibly of 3 at the back, 3-4-3. Maybe they'll play a 4-2-3-1. We'll all find out when the match starts. And for Laguna United FC, well, there's young players. There's mostly young players, in fact, who have been at the club for a long, long time. Some of them have been at the club for like 14, 15 years. And it's a wonderful vibe they've created at Laguna United FC.
So we are just about ready to get things going here from Dignity Health Sports Park. So glad you could be with us on this Tuesday night for the 110th edition of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. In the early window, we had plenty of fireworks. A couple of games went to extra times and penalties. Other games decided in added time in the second half as we're underway from the West Coast. Josh Appel, Gary Bailey with you. Laguna United in the navy blue, Ventura County in the white. As Gary mentioned, Ventura County coming off of a loss in MLS Next Pro play to LAFC in their last outing. 3-1 the final. Matt Taylor, the head man for LA Galaxy's MLS Next Pro affiliate. And for Laguna United, it's their first ever Open Cup appearance, trying to pull off the cup set in the opening round. This is Chris Rindov. Gary, what does Laguna have to do tonight to pull off the coveted cup set?
It's very, very difficult for these basically amateur sides or youth sides to try and compete with the likes of the quality in Ventura County. But I think the first 15, 20 minutes is important. You don't want to concede if you're Laguna United. The longer you stay in the game, the more you start to believe, you know what, guys, we've got a chance here. And you start to play with a bit more confidence. I'm assuming that's what Laguna United are going to try and do here tonight.
How about for Ventura County? Of course, you're playing a Laguna side that can play freely. You know, they don't have much to lose. They're the underdogs. They can go all out. Ventura County, they don't want to be the side that is upset, so they can't take Laguna lightly.
No, and they're the professional team. Yes, they're a little bit younger than many, but I mean, there's some of them there in 23, 25, the goalkeeper. you're experienced enough to know the job you got to do, which is you put the pressure on, you high press a team from a lower division, you try and get a breakthrough, and then you hammer in a second and third and you kill the game off. That's the job that Ventura County, and that's how they would like to play it, I assume. What they don't want to do is get dragged into a 0-0, 1-1 that goes all the way. And we've seen a few of those go to extra time and penalty already tonight between professional sides up against amateur teams.
A lot of close games in this first round. That was a little bit behind Karani. And Laguna handled that sequence well, but Ventura County is right back on it. Zacharias. Back for Rindov. This is Dylan Vanny, if that name sounds familiar. It's Greg Vanny's son, head coach for LA Galaxy. Vanny has gotten off to a great start for Ventura County. Leads the team in goal contributions, couple of goals and an assist already through 2 games.
Yeah, and his second goal he scored against Tacoma Defiance was a really good one. It was a 20-yard run and a shot from the edge of the corner of the box. So very impressed with Dylan Vanny. And in the last match against LAFC, Biboot's goal came from a Dylan Vanny assist. So he's impacted in both of the last 2 games.
Yeah, Vanny's tied for 3rd in the early going in the goal and boot race in MLS Next Pro. Stepped up and taken by Will Baker. Baker tried to feed Eduardo Moreno in the middle. It eluded him, maybe some miscommunication between the two.
Good little pressure coming here from Laguna United in the dark shirts. Just probing, just seeing if they can get some turnover ball in a dangerous area.
And maybe early on, expending that kind of effort will work, but how do you keep that up over the full 90?
Yeah, you can't. You've got to pick and choose your times, otherwise you'll be gassed well before the end of the game.
A lot of space on that right side. Shot from distance is knocked away. Good save by Hector Flores, first time he's been tested. And then Dylan Vanny on the turn sends it wide. So a couple of chances here in the 4th minute for Ventura County.
That's a decent shot. It forces Hector Flores into a save where he pushes it a little bit into the danger area. Here's the strike, left-footed, comes in. Goalkeeper pushes it back into the center of the pitch, and then good turn and strike there from young Vanny. He wasn't too far away from slotting that one.
See how dangerous he is. This is a Laguna United side that feels good about themselves. Coming off of a successful 2024 season. They went 7-3-1 in the spring, finished 7-2-1 in the fall. Conference playoff final, they got torched by Coachella FC by a score of 5-0. Michael Barraza, the one to watch. He led the team in goals with 11. Boot was close to it. Vanny picks it up, goes wide, but nice play to get that cleared away for the moment. Play the advantage here for Laguna. Nice move by Castillo. Castillo tried to feed it ahead, but Rindov stepped in front of it. And it seems like early on, Gary, this Laguna side is going to have a tough time penetrating that back line for Ventura.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match, full stop, whether it's trying to penetrate the back line, trying to stop them from scoring, as we saw a few minutes ago. They suddenly created some really good chances, Ventura County. But they just got to give it their best shot. A couple of the players, like Eduardo Moreno, is a senior in high school, so too Tanner Casey. You know, these are still young players, and their dream is to move on to Ventura County. And Sam Nicholson, the coach of Laguna United, saying, you know, this is the next step up, and the players want to go out there and put on a good show and see if they do get a phone call from a club on the sort of same level as Ventura County.
Sam Nicholson told us that's what he takes pride in. When players move away and up a level from his program, his club. That's exactly what he strives for.
Well, that's what they are. They're basically a youth club that feeds players to the pro league, and as you say, they're very excited when they do get those players to move up a level.
Moreno, aforementioned, played all the way back towards Flores, who already was tested once and met the challenge. B-Boot, 29 in white, applying some pressure. Laguna attempts a long ball unsuccessfully, and Rindov has it. That's Musto.
Just mentioning Musto, he was meant to be on the subs bench. It seems that he started, which means it's the identical team that played in the last match.
Something brewing again here for Ventura, but a nice job defensively by Ben Nicholson to get in the way. Kochevsky chases it down, fed towards the area, down by Casey. And Ventura lets that come out for a corner.
Just to make the point again, it's the identical team that played LAFC in the last match and lost 3-1. So the coaching staff, for whatever reason, quite happy with the squad they have out there.
Or on the flip side, maybe they're trying to iron out some things that they were deficient in against LAFC.
Could very well be.
First corner of the match, it's an in-swinger, nobody home there. And it was Baker who got ahead on that, but there was a whistle for a foul against Ventura County.
Yeah, pushing and shoving that goes on in the box from almost every corner these days at every level of soccer. Hard for referees to distinguish who's doing what to who.
And you can almost tell the size advantage that Ventura County has. You know, Jason Buckner on that far side. That's Sung Ho Yoon, who was out there battling with it. Make that Michael Barraza on that far side.
And that's what makes it so difficult to score against Ventura County from set pieces. They've got big players in so many positions. They shouldn't really get beaten, whereas for Laguna United, they're a little bit smaller in stature, as you say. Although they have some decent-sized centre-backs, as you can see in the picture now.
Just underway this match, 10 minutes old. Ventura County's had, of course, the best chance so far. Played back towards Brady Scott. It'll be interesting to see how Laguna United tries to attack this back line of Ventura as the night continues. To the outside it comes. Zacharias. Lewis Mueller. Zacharias again. Celestine.
It's a good shape that Laguna have. It's a 4-2-3-1. Those 2 sixes, 2 defensive midfielders, and just the one up front. And it's a nice shape that they're fairly comfortable with.
Vanny. They're just clogging up all that space. Laguna United is. Good ball. Kochevsky sends it wide. Stays in for Mueller. Mueller fakes the cross, gets around the defender, sends it in front, takes a deflection. And Laguna United with the clear.
Yeah, good defensive work by Laguna United. They're getting probed down the right, then they switch it, they're getting probed down the left. It could be a long, hard night for the youngsters of Laguna United. And they haven't started their season yet, whereas I guess for Ventura County, they've already got a couple of games under their belt.
Obviously a built-in advantage there outside of the ones you'd already assume.
Yeah.
Nice job by Sung Ho Yoon to take that away. That is a tough challenge, and the foul is given.
I think the other aim of Laguna United is besides getting players into the professional league, is probably more importantly, is getting players to university and college, trying to get them good degrees. And they've been very successful, Laguna United, at getting a number of their players to excellent colleges.
Barraza gets taken down by Essengay, and again, just the physical advantage that Essengay has compared to Barraza. He was the best goal scorer for Laguna United, just no match. Karani.
Talking of Barraza, for example, he's been at Laguna United for 10 years.
Wow.
So Sam Nicholson saying that a lot of the kids that join, when they join young at 6, 7, 8 years of age, as long as their parents stay in the area, they go right through the club. The club looks after them and then sees them on to university and college. And in the occasional, they get somebody who's good enough to go on to the sort of pro level. So really it sounds like a wonderful club to be part of, and huge credit to Sam Nicholson and his coaching staff.
He's heavily invested in this. And Ventura County, second corner of the match. Oh, big save! What a stop by Flores, point blank. Keeps this game scoreless.
That's a fantastic save from a Chris Rindolph header. The big man got up, and we were just saying the difference in physicality and size.
Karani goes down in the penalty area. That's what he says, no, play on. Laguna needs a clear here. Rafael Bonilla is our referee tonight.
This is going to be a challenge for Laguna United all night long. Balls into the box. I mean, nearly every one of the Ventura County FC players, from Bibut at the top to some of the big defenders and the midfielders, they're all 6 foot plus.
So let's take one more look at that sequence just now. How close Ventura County came off this corner, and the massive save by Flores.
There's Chris Rindolph, and it does go straight to the goalkeeper, and he just pushes it out enough. Bibut almost gets on the end of it and can't quite finish it off. But again, there's the threat that's going to come from set pieces. You would think throughout this match, Ventura County just physically way bigger than the majority of the Laguna United players.
Already, Flores has come up with a couple pretty huge denials to keep this scoreless. And Gary, as a former keeper, how daunting of a task is it for a keeper like Flores, knowing the advantages and disadvantages that are playing out in front of him?
It's daunting to some extent, but as a goalkeeper, you're going to be tested, and you want to show them what you can do. You know you're going to probably get beat at some stage, and there's some shots and headers you can't save, but you do know there's going to be a busy night, and it's a chance to show what you're capable of. And Hector Flores, he also happens to be the youth goalkeeper coach, so he works at Laguna United as well, and he's been at the club since he was 8 years old. I think he's either 22 or 23 now.
And it just adds that extra layer of pride for this side as Baker sends that out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Brady Scott.
And Will Baker, one of 2 players over 25. The other's Ben Nicholson. And Will Baker now having played 4 years at Trinity College. So again, proof of how they bring players through into the college system.
No foul. Rafael Bonilla says play on, and Laguna United's on the move. A lot of speed through the midfield. Castillo for Barraza. Barraza gets cut off, and he runs out of room. And we're seeing some of the difficulties and the physical advantage that Ventura County has, that even when it seems like Laguna United has something brewing, just kind of fizzles out.
It is going to be tough for them physically to get by, but they're having a go, and that's, I think, what it's all about for this Laguna United FC team. Just enjoy the evening, go out there, be positive, show what you've got, show your skills. You know you're up against a big challenge, but I don't think they're going to be too negative about it. They're going to defend when they have to, but they're also going to try and attack.
Vanny to the outside now, fired on, and guess what? Flores denies him again, but it is a third corner upcoming for Ventura County.
That's another good save. It's a strong effort with lots of power behind it. But the goalkeeper's in the right place to make the save. Just gets touched on. It's a lovely little pass on there. Really, really good. And the shot on target, but from a difficult angle.
Sean Karani. Towards the near post. Takes a deflection around goal and somehow trickles in. Not quite how you draw it up if you're Ventura County, but you certainly take it. And if you're Laguna United, after the opportunities that you've survived, that one's a tough one to give up.
It is. It's one of those horrible goals, and it's just messy, it's awkward, but we talked about the set pieces and how they were going to apply pressure, Ventura County, and in the end, Asel Eseke, he gets that in the back of the net. I'm not quite sure just how it all happened. We'll get to see it again on the replay here, but from the set piece, ball comes in. It's not dealt with. It's touched down by Essengay, and then between goalkeeper and defender, they get in each other's way, and the ball trickles between them. Have a look at that. It's goalkeeper's thinking the defender's going to clear. He thinks the goalkeeper's getting it. So you're not the best of goals to give away, and it's a real dampener for Laguna United, who, as you quite rightly said, have taken and managed to deal with most of the pressure that had come from Ventura County.
So Essengay gets the goal. On that, Laguna United will be frustrated to have conceded. And now the task gets even taller, both mentally and I guess remains just as tall physically for some of the guys on the pitch for Laguna. Rolls out in front of Brady Scott. He gets it over to the goal scorer, Essengay.
I'm sure that Hector Flores, when he was thinking about this match, was thinking, well, I might be beaten, but let it be in the top corner or let it be a fantastic golazo. Right. Not something that trickles in from 6 yards out between defender and goalkeeper while they're trying to figure out who's going to clear the ball. So a tough one for Laguna United.
I'm going to pick at your goalkeeping wisdom again. On a play like that, should the goalkeeper just kind of take charge there and grab it and not rely? Like, what's the communication aspect there? Obviously, there was a breakdown in it, but if you're the keeper, should you take charge in that spot regardless?
I would say generally yes. The ball wasn't hit hard, so you've got time to react to it, time to control the situation, and you've got to let out a big scream so that everyone around you jumps out the way and leaves you to it. But I don't know exactly what went on, whether the defender had decided to go for the ball, and that's why Hector Flores left it alone. Either way, it's embarrassing, and it's not what you want for a team that's trying to impress, but they must just get on with it now.
And Ventura County earns another corner. Karani was making the run. And Mueller will go and take the corner. Of course, we just saw what happened on the last corner for Ventura County. Let's see if Laguna United can defend this one better.
Again, look at the height of the players in the box.
We'll get Ventura County for a foul.
I just hope it doesn't spiral downwards for Laguna United from here. 1-0 down and away from home against a professional side. It could very easily start to slip, but they seem to be playing positively, and I hope they can just, control the ball and really start to create some chances.
Barraza working against Essengay, and Essengay wins that battle easily. Vanny. Head for Karani. Finds Kochevsky. Out in front, Bibout didn't get enough on it, and it was right at Flores, who fell on it.
It's a very similar finish to the one he scored against LAFC. From about 15 yards out with the side foot. That time wasn't able to get it past the keeper, went straight at the keeper. But Bibout, one of those talents that You do think he's got a really good chance of making it at the top level. Loaned out to Detroit City last season, and before that FC Tulsa, where he scored 4 in 13 games. So he certainly has the potential.
Vanny. Zacharias. Musto goes down. Play rolls on. Essengay over there to cut it off. Ventura County looking for more. From distance. Just a bit wide.
I thought for a moment that was curling in the top corner. It had a nice bend on it coming back in towards goal. Plenty of power in it, but as we then eventually found out, didn't quite have the right direction.
Lewis Mueller, very skilled player for Ventura County. Does have some first-team experience with Galaxy. Injury, a season or two.
He's got a good background. Started off in the Cologne Youth Academy in Germany. So don't get much better than those sort of clubs for your grounding.
Baker tees it up. Hop, Brady Scott gobbles it in. Not a bad idea there from Baker. Maybe catch a good bounce. And
I don't know if he was trying to have the shot, or maybe he was just trying to play it into space, hoping there was a runner coming onto it. Either way, it didn't quite work out the way he'd hoped. You know, it's just 1-0. It's as bad a goal as it was to concede. It's only one. If they can get a little equalizer, or even just stay in the match at 1-0 down, I think their confidence will start to grow as time goes on.
Nice play by Mueller. It's by Baker. And resets with Rindolph. Essengay, who has the goal for Rindolph. First round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup 110th edition. It's been a great opening night of action. We'll have more first round games this week. Vanny trying to get there, and he is cut off by Ben Nicholson and rolls out for a goal kick. Whistle blows there. For the most part, Rafael Bonilla has let these guys play. So it's taken some physical play like that to draw a whistle.
Yeah,
in this first half.
I'm assuming there's no nastiness in this match. The players know each other quite well. They've played against each other in preseason friendlies. The coaching staff are very close. They share information, and of course, as far as Laguna are concerned, they're trying to get their players to Ventura County. So it's not like there's going to be any aggro. Some of the matches we've seen this evening, there's been some chippiness at times. Yeah. And I'm sure if this is like, you know, 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, it might get chippy. But if it's controlled and it goes the way we expect it to, with Ventura County winning and possibly winning comfortably, then I'm sure it'll be played in the sort of normal spirit as we get to see some of the other results in the top left-hand corner. Nice to see Miami FC get a win for a change.
They certainly have struggled as of late in the USL Championship. But hey, you never know. A run in a tournament like this, maybe that could spark some confidence.
Absolutely. Especially for teams that are struggling. And Miami had a terrible season in the USL last year, and they've lost their opening 2 games. But you're right, a cup win might just see them find some form.
Just 3 victories last year in championship play for Miami. The winner of this match will take on the winner of Monterey Bay and International San Francisco. That match also this week. 1-0 to Ventura County on the goal in the 18th minute. Off a corner by Asel Essengay. For him, maybe one of the most improbable goals you probably ask him that he's scored in his life.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to go on his highlight reel.
Hey, but like in baseball, a bloop counts just as much as a line drive. So if nobody saw the video, he could tell people, hey, there's a banger from 25 feet out. 25 yards out. Teo Tsakiris. Rindall. Mueller. Manny couldn't get there. Musto. Buckner. It's put inside by Karani. Karani for Bibu. Nice idea, but couldn't put it on frame.
Yeah, you're right. You could see the picture in his head. He knew what he wanted to do. It's an important game for someone like RM Bibu today. He's got the capability to make the LA Galaxy first team, but he needs to show that he can slot the ball, get in the back of the net, especially against lower league opposition. So he'll be looking to impress here today. I'm sure everyone will, but he possibly in particular.
Given away. Karani pops it in the direction of Biboot, but Tanner Casey got ahead on it. And for the most part, Gary, this back line for Laguna has been well positioned. I mean, they've been in the right spots most of the time.
No, they've defended well. Just the goal itself is just a really bad goal to give away. But besides that, they've done really well. And again, they've got young players and players with very little experience, college players mostly, so they put on a decent show.
One more look. The yellow was just issued.
A yellow card caution has been issued by the referee in the 30th minute to VCFC number 49, Dylan Vanny.
So Vanny is booked. The PA, as you heard, announced that Vanny got the yellow, but
it looked like
seemed
Thomas
pretty clear
Musto,
that Musto is the one who committed the foul. So it is Musto who gets booked. Lopez, watched closely by Mueller. Lopez gave it away, and here comes Ventura County. Bibu settles it down. Tried to, at least. Outside of the normal advantages that you would assume in a matchup like this, when Ventura County can essentially dictate the pace like this and keep possession the way they have, that's a whole new level.
It is, because it's tiring now you can see the players of Laguna United chasing the ball, running around. That's going to impact on them later on in the game, and I think that's part of the process of keeping the ball, is you make your opposition work really hard. But, you know, they're in the game at 1-0. It just takes, you know, one little moment of magic, or maybe even a mistake on the part of Ventura County, and you're back on level terms. So, you know, 1/3 of the match gone, you're only 1-0 down. I don't think Laguna United will be too upset with that.
And if you look at it like this, maybe one of the other two opportunities that Ventura County had that Flores got a piece of or handled, maybe that evens out for the poor one they allowed.
Well, the keeper's made some good saves. You can see the possession is 2/3, 1/3 in favor of the home side, Ventura County, and the professional side.
As you would expect.
It's just that they don't have a strong bench, Laguna United. They've got two 15-year-olds, which is actually very exciting to see. One's a freshman in high school, the other one's a sophomore. Beyond DeLillo and Garner. So, wow, at that age, 15, 16.
I mean, can you imagine the mindset they must have?
Especially if they got a result. If they came on and scored an equalizer and took it to penalties or something and then go to school tomorrow. That'd be awesome.
Musto. Buckner. This is the goal scorer, Essengay. Ventura County just seems content to pick their spots, not exert too much energy. Knowing what we just talked about earlier, that if they can wear down Laguna United by the end here, they'll have plenty of chances as the match progresses. Giorgio Kochevsky did not agree with that whistle.
I mean, there's a part of me that looks at Ventura County and says, well, you're the professional team. You need to do more than just win against a youth amateur side. You've got to win comfortably. You've got to dominate. You've got to really show some special skills. But the coaching staff might have other ideas. They might have said to them, we want you to play a certain pattern, play a certain way. Yes, you have to win, but we want to see you progress in certain tactical areas. So it's not all about scoring goals. But I do feel, though, if you're a professional team, you should be wrapping this game up by at least 3 or 4 goals.
You don't want to play with your food at all because, as you mentioned, all it takes is one moment. And could this be that one moment? Shot was blocked by Rindov on the attempt by Yusuf Farah.
Yusuf Farah has played a little bit in the USL. Well, he didn't necessarily play, but he was with Orange County. And he's another one of those youth players. He's been there since he was 12 years old, now in his early 20s. So another one who's kept a long history with Laguna United.
Fifth minute in this first half. Essengay off a corner in the 18th minute as Ventura County on top of Laguna in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup 110th edition. Kochevsky kept in nicely by Sean Karani. Now it's out for a throw-in.
Yeah, we're talking about the youth players at Laguna United, but there's 2 17-year-olds here in this Ventura County side, and one of them is Mateo Zacharis as the ball comes in here and gets headed clear, and then the other one, of course, is Dylan Vanny, the coach's son.
Zacharis just teed it up from distance and missed everything. It's the 3rd or 4th time already in this first half hour plus that Ventura County has been ambitious with their strikes from distance. You see the shot disparity now 9-1. Those are attempts. Ball took a funny hop on Moreno. He has to retreat to grab it. Will Baker. Moreno. Tanner Casey. Raza took a spill, and Ventura County's on the move. Tried to get it to Mueller in the middle, but well positioned Ben Nicholson. Another example of that game. Moreno. He's trying to get it to Sung Ho Yoon on that right flank and didn't have enough mustard on it. So Ventura County can reset with possession. Mueller.
They haven't been outplayed, to be fair, Laguna United. I mean, yes, you can see that they don't have the physical power to get past Ventura County easily, and they haven't really tested Brady Scott in goal. But look at this, look at the pressure they're putting on.
Barraza went down just outside the 18. That wasn't enough to draw a foul.
That was a fair shoulder to shoulder, and you can see the difference in height and size. But again, to the point I was making, you know, Laguna United, the goal that went in was a sloppy one to give away. Other than that, they've been very, very decent, and it's a great opportunity for them to showcase their club.
And hung in strong here in this first half. One blemish in the 18th minute, you know they're going to want back is you see the other match going on right now in the Open Cup. And how about AV Alta FC, first ever goal in the history of their club, puts them up 1-0 in the first half in their first game in the Open Cup.
Wouldn't it be awesome if they went through in that first game in the history of their club?
Be quite the debut. USL League One side opening up their league season soon. If Laguna scores, it would be their first Open Cup goal. Positioning again, Casey with the clear, but they're right back on it. Kochevsky try to get it to Vanny. Ends up on the foot of Sung Ho Yoon. Long ball down the left side. Farah trying to get there. He's cut off, though, nicely by Jason Buckner. Another full slate of games tomorrow night in the first round of the Open Cup. Mueller, full head of steam, angling towards the middle. Mueller tried to get it to Vanny, who started to make a run. Mueller went down, and I don't know what some of these guys have to do, Gary, to draw a whistle.
I just wonder if he had lost control of the ball, knocked it ahead, and then went down. But I think the difference in size of referees probably not giving the fouls that easily, because it's small guys up against big guys most of the time.
Probably was the case with Barraza moments ago.
You're talking about goals for Laguna United, right? They haven't scored at this level of the Open Cup, but they did get some goals in the preliminary rounds, beating San Diego International 4-1 and Irvine FC 3-1. So they have got some experience of hitting the back of the net in this tournament, but never at this level, as you correctly said.
Physical battle near the end line. As we've now completed 40 minutes in this first half. Mueller. Switches.
Wow, good pass, good crossfield pass that was.
Now Mueller gets it back. Mueller, cross, Beboot! Oh, that's class! Aaron Beboot on the volley. 2-0 to Ventura County.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's the quality I expect from Ventura County and their links with LA Galaxy, being an LA Galaxy 2 side. I want to see golazos, I want to see magical moments. Lewis Miller does well in the build-up there. He had a beautiful switch across the pitch, and then he gets it back here, and he has a little bit of a dribble and gets the cross in. But the magic comes here. Chest over the top, and then wallop. That is a finish. Now, I don't think Hector Flores minds being beaten by a shot like that. That is just a golazo. If you keep doing that, Aaron Beboot, you are going to head towards the first team, I would suggest.
That is sensational stuff from Beboot in the 41st minute to give his side a comfortable 2-0 advantage. Long ball over the top. Laguna trying to answer. Barraza, who was onside, could not settle that one down.
Just wonder if there was a chance for a volley there for Michael Barraza. The ball set up nicely. 10 yards out at an angle. I thought he was going to give it a whack, but waited a bit longer and then lost the opportunity.
Taken away by Laguna. Here's Barraza. Feeds it out in front. And Farah fell. Not sure how many of these opportunities Laguna United will have tonight. And when they get chances like that, can't let them fall by the wayside.
100% agree with you. If they slotted that one back in, 2-1, we've got a game again. But, you know, credit to them. They're fighting. They're trying to get back in the game. They've created chances, inches away from making one of them count.
That draws a whistle. Vanny gets it started again. Farah physical, but held off by Musto. Dylan Vanny. 2 goals and an assist in MLS Next Pro League play already. Tied for 3rd in Next Pro. Zacharias went down. Free kick coming and maybe a card. Nope. That's just the shaving cream.
Yeah, it hasn't been nasty, and I don't think the referee, Rafael Bonilla, sees any reason to bring the cards out as yet.
He's only made 1 booking tonight. We've still got one earlier in this half. On the waning moments, Giorgio Kuchevsky set up this free kick. Three-man wall directly in front of him. Here's Kuchevsky. For a moment, looked like that one was going to angle in. Instead, Laguna United, sigh of relief. It stays 2-0 as that one rolls out for a goal kick.
Chris Rindolph has got to make contact there. He doesn't go with his head. He puts his foot out and misses it. He's 3 yards away and doesn't make contact. That would have been an almost certain goal by the big centre back and captain for the day.
Quality service in. And you see Ventura County Fusion has equalized late in the first half against AV Alta.
The 4th official has indicated that a minimum of
1 minute of added time in the first half. Mostly dominated by Ventura County.
It's a bit of a pity that Yusuf Farah couldn't take that chance at the far post a minute or 2 ago. Just for, I'm sure the neutrals watching would like to see it a little bit closer. And a little chance of a cup upset.
Taken away. Castillo earns a whistle and a free kick set piece opportunity for Laguna United.
Thomas Musto giving away the free kick. He's on a yellow. He's got to be a little bit careful. It doesn't quite qualify as a second yellow in red, but eventually the referee might decide it's just an accumulation of fouls. But yeah, I mean, from a neutral perspective, it'd be great to see this fly in the back of the net, or a cross and a header to finish it off.
Could pull Laguna back within 1. Eduardo Moreno stands over it, along with Farah. It's Farah who takes it. Tried to go for goal and missed by a ton. And there is the halftime whistle. 2-0 to Ventura County after 45 minutes. Gary, about what we expected in that first half.
It is, but it could have been so different. You know, the first goal Laguna United conceded was very, very scrappy indeed. And they had a couple of chances here and there. Their goalkeeper, Hector Flores, had kept them in the game with some good saves. So It could have been just a 1-goal difference, in which case they'd feel they're in with a shout at 2 goals. It's a little bit of a gap now, and there's a danger that gap could increase second half. But still, I think it's been a very, very good showing by Laguna United. And a golazo from Bieber for Ventura County.
We'll see if Laguna United can get back into this one in the second half, or if Ventura County will keep the clamps down here in the first round. We'll step aside highlights from the first half, stats, scores from around the Open Cup coming up when we return.
Hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy.
Welcome back to round one of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. After one half, Ventura County FC of MLS Next Pro leads Laguna United, an amateur side, out of UPSL 2-0 at the half. Josh Appel, the legendary Gary Bailey. So glad you could spend part of your Tuesday night with us. Late night U.S. Open Cup after dark as we take a look at our first half highlights after we take a look at scores from around the Open Cup round one. Hartford Athletic, a clean sheet against New York Shocker. Great game between FC Naples and Sarasota Paradise, 2-1. Miami FC, we talked about it earlier, they're victorious tonight, 4-1. Greenville triumph in penalties. Westchester, a 1-0 win. Loudoun United, a close one against Westchester United. Avialta scored on a penalty before the half, so they've reclaimed the lead against Ventura County Fusion. That's the other match that's going on right now. Battle of Tulsa, won by FC Tulsa, 1-0. All right, now, Gary Bailey, let's take a look at our first half highlights. A lot of Ventura County.
Good shot coming in here, left foot. Keeper does reasonably well, pushes it into traffic, but, you know, at least he makes the save on that one there. Just fancy Dylan Vanny there was going to hit target. This could be the goal. Oh, no, this is the header first. It's a fantastic header from Chris Rindolph. And again, Hector Flores making a vital save. But there's no question the pressure was coming from Ventura County FC. And that one just laid off here. And this is another shot coming in from a tight angle once again. Goalkeeper gets his body behind it. Doing so well. So when this eventually goes in the back of the net there, and it trickles between goalkeeper and defender, you're thinking, oh no, after all those good saves, it's the toe of Asel Essengay that sees the ball over the line.
And Laguna United could not muster up much in the attacking third. This was one of their chances. Never even made it on target. Lewis Mueller, who started this sequence with a beautiful ball, switching sides, then crosses this one in. And how about this classy finish?
Oh, that is an unbelievable finish from R&B Boot. And it's the sort of finish that will catch the coach of the first team's eye, Greg Vanny, and he'll go, well, you know what, if he can produce that, maybe he's got a chance of moving up. That is a lovely volley.
Obviously, the possession numbers jump out. 80-20 in favor of Ventura County. 9 shot attempts to 5, 4 on target, 2 for Laguna, but the all-important number right up at the top, 2-0.
It could have been a little bit different. There was a moment there for Yusuf Farah at the far post just before halftime where I thought he might have got a toe to something. Michael Barraza had a chance and didn't pull the trigger. You know, it's possible that Laguna United get a goal early in the second half and they're back in it. Of course, the other possibility is Ventura go on to win this quite comfortably. So, we, you know, from a neutral point of view, we just hope that Laguna United FC just keep it as close for as long as they possibly can.
So if you're Sam Nicholson and you're talking to your Laguna United side at the half, what is your message to them?
Just to keep doing what they've been doing. They've been defending great. Yes, they made a little mistake for the one goal, but other than that, good defending. And maybe just to try and grab one.
How about for Ventura County? I would imagine same message, more of the same, control the ball and kind of dictate the pace.
Yeah, and just be a little bit more incisive in attack. I mean, they are a much higher quality. Lewis Muller and are quality players that you want to get the ball to a little bit more often.
Kochevsky. It's started for Karani. He cuts towards the middle, takes a bump, and is dispossessed. It's an example of the solid defending we saw in the first half from Laguna. As Buckner commits the foul, Sung Ho Yoon took a spill. I mean, we look at some of the back line for Laguna United. It's not all that surprising that they've held up relatively well. Will Baker, 4 years of college, north of 25 years old. Tanner Casey, 18, 19 years old. Senior in high school, he's played a bunch. Ben Nicholson, north of 25 years old, played for Brentford, has experience in USL. These are guys who have experience on that back line. And given that, it shouldn't be too surprising they've held up and been positioned as well as they have.
Yeah, very much so. And they have created 1 or 2 little half chances. Just would love to see one of them go in. I think even if Laguna United end up losing by a couple of goals, I like to see them score a goal. It's a special occasion for them.
Yeah.
If you're Ventura County, you're thinking, all right, we've got to win this and move on to the next round. And that's when it becomes special for you, is when you come up against USL, opposition, or you know, any of those sort of clubs. Then that's your big match. But right now for Laguna, this is their special night. And I really would love them to have a great time and hit the back of the net with a wonderful strike.
Ventura County, one of 10 MLS Next Pro teams participating. Laguna United threatening, and they've earned a corner. Good job there by Eduardo Moreno.
Yeah, that's the youngster who's still a senior in high school. Trying to create something down the right-hand side. You mentioned Tanner Casey, also a senior in high school. So there's a couple of these young kids, and as I mentioned, we might get to see them in the second half. A couple of 15-year-olds on the bench for Laguna United, and that could be a special talent, especially this youngster Carter Beyond Delilo that they've been talking about.
Corner's whipped in. Nicholson tried to backheel it towards goal, and then it's flicked up into the air. Castillo waits on it and sends it high and wide.
Hasn't been much of a difficult game for Brady Scott in goals there for Ventura. He really hasn't been tested. And just to keep the goalkeeper active.
Well, I was going to ask you, I mean, of course, you know, you appreciate when the guys in front of you keep you clean. You don't have to be all that busy. But, I mean, I'm sure you've played in games where you haven't been tested all that much, or you weren't tested all that much. Does it get lonely back there?
It does. It gets boring as well. You're trying to keep in with the game. You're shouting, communicating, and what's worse is when there's only a 1-goal gap and they might break away and score with the only thing you have to do the entire game. and promise you get so much stick in the locker room if you do concede the only time you touch the ball.
Crossed in. Ventura County was well positioned. And another throw in for Laguna United.
Yeah, good position here, Laguna United. They did try and whip that ball in. It got cut out. But again, there's enough numbers up front. If they can get across into the box, maybe something can happen.
Ronnie Barr with the throw in. Low cross. And cleared away. Beboot, who scored the second goal, has Mueller with space. Beboot making a run down the near side. Mueller tried to split through, and Ben Nicholson said, nope. Moreno. Kochevsky from behind pokes it away. And now it's Karani. Barraza's giving chase on that far side. Mueller. Kochevsky. It's Karani now. Karani. Cross to nobody.
The idea was good from Karani there, but you've got to wait until the right players are in the box, or you've got to try and get it near them somewhere. And it wasn't close at all to R&B Boot. Again, you've got to hold Ventura County FC to higher standards because they are the professionals, because they're all seeking and expecting to move up to the MLS level very soon.
Giveaway. Karani tees it up, takes a deflection. This is going to be a corner for Ventura County. Mueller journeys over, and he will be the one to take it. The in-swinger. B-boot. That's two. Aaron B-boot. An easy finish. And it's now 3-0 to Ventura County here in the 52nd minute.
Yeah, good finish from B-boot. And that's, again, if you're going to impress your coaching staff, that's how you do it. By hitting the back of the net. Nice little flick on, I think it came from Jason Bucknell, winning the high ball in the box. And we spoke about it first half. You know, they're so much taller than Laguna United players that when it comes to set pieces, they're always going to have the advantage. And once you win the first touch in the box, have a look here. And Buckner goes up there, just flicks it on. And once you flick it on, then it's just a case of hoping it goes to your player, which it does. And of all the players, B-boot is the one you want it to go to. And he just clobbers it there. Bounces it into the ground, so it doesn't come with that much pace, but just wide of Hector Flores. And you would suspect now at 3-0, it's going to be a sort of a relaxed game from here on inwards for Ventura County. They've pretty much got it wrapped up.
It kind of felt like that to begin with, especially the way they finished the first half, but now a little more breathing room on the MLS Next Pro side. And again, Laguna United came in severely disadvantaged, but they gave it a heck of an effort. In their first ever Open Cup appearance. Certainly a lot of positives to take away for them. Still got a little less than 40 minutes left. You'd love to see, as you said earlier, maybe them tack one.
Just get one. And a nice goal as well. Just something they can point to and talk about in the weeks and months to come.
Buckner. Karani. Kochevsky. And another corner.
You'd also think within the next 5 to 10 minutes that Ventura County will make a whole bunch of changes to give those players in the background there a chance to play with the game effectively wrapped up. And maybe the same for Laguna United. Throw on the 15-year-olds, give them a run out. You know, you're not going to win the game from here. Well, it's highly unlikely you are.
It's the Open Cup, Gary. A stranger thing. Not the best corner there from Mueller. Kochevsky. Tried to get it back to Mueller. And here comes Laguna on the counter. Barraza couldn't get there. Aggressively, Brady Scott off his line. Wasn't asleep there. He was locked in and aggressive.
Did well. That's a sign of a good goalkeeper. When you're doing nothing, you can still react quickly to any situation.
Sixth minute. Essengay in the 18th. B-boot in the 41st. And got his brace a few moments ago in the 52nd. And we'll have some substitutions come on for Laguna United. Hudson Garner will replace Sung-Ho Yoon.
Laguna United FC. Exiting the match, number 10, Sung-Ho Yoon. Entering the match, number 5, Hudson Gardner.
Let's keep an eye out for number 5, Hudson Gardner. He's a sophomore in high school, 15, maybe 16 years of age now. And he's been at the club since he was 5 years old. Spent a year at Real Salt Lake Academy. So looks like he's a real talent.
And Randy Castillo will exit in favor of Luke Newman.
He's been playing Division I soccer at Colgate University. As Luke Newman, he's now committed to Division II Westchester University.
So a little bit of experience there. And look, Gary, it's something that we've kind of touched on most of the night. For Laguna, I mean, this is an incredible experience for some of these guys, especially the younger ones. It's the club's first ever appearance in this tournament. and having the moment where you can say, yeah, I scored in the U.S. Open Cup. That's certainly something to strive for, despite the game all being out of reach here in the 57th minute.
100%, and it doesn't count being in the preliminary phases. Now they're in the real Open Cup. That's when the history's made and the stories are written.
Mueller is cut off well. Bar would not let him by. And of course, they still got a lot of pride. They don't want to see this balloon any further. Ventura County, maybe a chance for them to work out some of the things that they've been maybe deficient in for their next league match in MLS Next Pro.
Well, they certainly struggled against LAFC, losing 3-1. So, I mean, yes, you're right. You can knock the ball around, do it confidently, but do it correctly the way your coaches have asked you to do it.
Karani for Buckner. Back for Karani. Ventura County will reset. A week from tomorrow, Ventura County will host Houston Dynamo 2. Ball, Karani. Better tackle there from Tanner Casey. He's had a strong match. That back line for Laguna United, for the most part, has held up well. Many plays like that you could point to as Newman takes over. Laraza, heavy touch and lost it. Kochevsky. Buckner gives it away. Youssef Farah for Newman, who just came on. Bar. Here Karani react, and this will draw a card for Thiago Aranibar.
Yeah, and it should do as well. It was a tackle from behind. You don't get the ball, you get the player. I think you're going to end up in the book every time that you do that.
The yellow card caution was issued by the referee to Laguna United FC number 12, Thiago Aranibar, in the 60th minute of play.
You get to see it again here, Aranibar. The ball's already gone. Oh, I see it again. He wasn't that far off getting the ball, actually. I thought he got him right from behind. He got him more on the side. You still have to be very, very careful when you make those lunging tackles.
VCFC. Exiting the match, number 61, Sean Karani. And entering the match, number 97, Vicente Garcia. Also exiting the match, number 66, Mateo Sakiris.
Mueller feeds towards the area.
Gustavo Gonzalez.
Gustavo Gonzalez enters the match for Mateo Zakiris. Ventura County adds a fourth. This time it's Jason Buckner in the 61st minute.
It's getting a little bit easy now, isn't it? But they've got to keep going. They're professionals, Ventura County, and then they're doing the right thing. You keep piling on the pressure, even though you could easily take your foot off the pedal. Let's have a look at it. Good build-up. Lovely ball played into the box here. Unable to get it at the first time of asking. And then Buckner getting himself into the box. Takes a little bit of a deflection on the way in, doesn't it? But, you know, credit for the effort. He comes in, he cuts in, has a go, takes on the player, gets the shot on target, just comes off the thigh of the defender and past Hector Flores.
Yeah, it's a very good effort there by Jason Buckner. So Vinny Garcia and Sean Karani, that's the first sub. So Garcia in for Karani, and then Gustavo Gonzalez in for Zakiris. Do we have a fifth? And we do. Maybe I should stop talking about the subs because that's the second goal that Ventura County has deposited since I've been relaying the subs. This time it's Lewis Mueller, and they hadn't already. The floodgates have just been blown wide open.
Yeah, you sort of half expected it, you know, as the second half kicked on. I was just hoping that Laguna would get one back and give them the energy to stay in the match now, but the quality of Ventura County is coming through. Head up there, Dylan Vanny just looking for options, and the ball comes straight there to Vinny Garcia, plays it through, and then once you're through, just around the goalkeeper, Luis Muller. Nicely done. But you're right, the sort of energy's gone out of Laguna United. And I think if their fans want to remember them, just remember the first 60 minutes. Because I thought they were really good and really put up a good battle.
Well, maybe if I start talking about Laguna United subs, they'll be able to score one. Vinny Garcia coming off the bench and immediately assisting on Mueller's goal to make it 5-0. Hudson Garner stands over it. The outswing, back post. Barraza flicks it back up in the air, unfortunately for him. Well over for a goal kick. By the way, we do have some second round matchups that are already set in the Open Cup. Hartford Athletic out of USL Championship to take on USL League One side FC Naples. That'll be second round April 1st and 2nd. Miami FC out of the USL Championship to take on Chattanooga Red Wolves out of League One. And then League One versus League One. Westchester Soccer Club and Greenville Triumph. And then how about the UPSL 4-0 SC taking down League One side Texoma. That's a cup set in round one. And so Loudoun United out of USL Championship will take on 4-0. Not the debut of the Open Cup that Texoma had hoped for. Have a slew of second round matchups to set tomorrow. We do know that FC Tulsa will await the winner of AV Alta and Ventura County Fusion. That game going on right now. AV Alta with a 3-1 lead over the League Two side, Ventura County Fusion. So it's looking like we'll see FC Tulsa and AV Alta in round two. And then, as we mentioned earlier, the winner of this match, which as of right now looks like it'll comfortably be Ventura County out of MLS Next Pro. They'll await the winner of Monterey Bay FC and International San Francisco out of the SFL.
Wow, Monterey Bay, assuming that they go through a USL side, that'll be a nice test for Ventura County.
Yeah. Monterey Bay victorious for their first win in league play last weekend. Dominant second half over Oakland Roots in their home opener. B-Boot looking for the hat trick, instead unselfish in front, and Kochevsky just mishit that.
Good chance there for Kochevsky. Again, the coaching staff would have wanted him to at least hit target there, make the goalkeeper work. It really has become more of a training game now for Ventura County, knocking the ball around nicely and lots of good movement happening. They're feeling obviously very comfortable at 5-0. Who wouldn't? We're getting to see those sort of, now just beginning to show and dazzle a little bit.
Gary, as we look at those second-round matchups, there are two that jump out at me right off the bat. But when you look at all four of these, and they're intriguing. For me, I'm looking forward to see how FC Naples holds up against Hartford Athletic. Hartford Athletic with a convincing 3-0 defeat of New York Shockers in round one earlier tonight. But FC Naples, they're a talented team. First year of existence at a League One. They've got a coach who, at one point, Matt Poland, made a run to the third round with Chicago House. Back in 2023, they lost to Chicago Fire in the third round. And then, of course, there's number 6 and the hat trick for Bibout. Right before he was to be subbed off, Gary Bailey, he deposits the hat trick to make it a half dozen.
Well, we said at the beginning, he's a bit special. He really is. I've seen him in the USL, and he was, I think it was FC Tulsa.
Yep.
And you can see there, I mean, there was one golazo. The other, and this one here is not a bad one as well, a volley from a tight angle. I think he's got a real potential of a top-class future. Have a look. Doesn't try and bring it down and do a lot of stuff with it. He hits it. Questionable goalkeeping, is it? Hector Flores, could he have got down a bit more quickly? But I think give the credit to Bibout and getting it on target and hitting it on the volley, which maybe the goalkeeper wasn't ready and set at that stage. So he deserves to come off. It's been a very impressive performance.
In the 68th minute, for Ventura County FC, exiting the match, number 29, Aaron Bibout.
So we saw his hat-trick goal. Here was that beautiful one. In the 41st minute, his first of the night.
Golazo, that first one. That's not a bad one either. And this one he hits into the ground, but there's enough power behind it that the goalkeeper doesn't really have time to get to it. And again, that's a good thing about that strike. So yeah, a hat-trick any day of the week is gonna get the coaching staff's attention.
Gary, I think I've got a window here to get these subs in. The ball's not in play, right?
Go for it.
Levon Sarabikian comes in for Bibout, who had the hat trick. And then Christian Correas replaces Louis Mueller, who had himself a fine match as well. There's one of those 15-year-olds, Carter Biondolilo. He enters the match as Laguna has a hit and misses wide.
Well, we've still got fingers crossed for a goal for Laguna. Obviously, it's not going to make any difference in the outcome of the match, but it'd be lovely to see them have some really positive memory of tonight.
Gary, back to the conversation that we started before. Aaron Bibout rudely interrupted us with his hat-trick goal. We got Hartford, FC Naples. That'll be an intriguing League One versus USL Championship matchup. Another championship League One, Chattanooga and struggling Miami FC. That could be cup set alert in round 2. You look at what Chattanooga did tonight. They played over 50 minutes down a man and won the match tonight.
But only just had to go to penalties. They went 2-1 up eventually. They got a penalty during normal time, went 2-1 up. Late equalizer by New Jersey Alliance, 2-2 into extra time, and then penalties. And in the end, Chattanooga Red Wolves got through. The goalkeeper made a good save, but wow, they got stretched right to the limit by New Jersey Alliance.
So we'll see how that second round matchup shakes out. And then look, for OSC, they're out of UPSL. It's an amateur side. Big upset over a League One side. they'll have their work cut out for them against Loudoun United. But again, Gary, this is the Open Cup. Stranger things have happened. Wouldn't be the first time an amateur side, we were just talking about it, Matt Poland, who was with Chicago House a couple years ago. And there have been amateur sides who have made runs to the third round in this tournament. It feels like every year.
Yeah. Well, it's a big discussion point for the USL, the sort of second division level below MLS. Do you play your strongest team? Because do you want a long run in the Open Cup? It starts to affect your play in the USL Championship. So some coaches will play a mixture of first team and fringe players, not in the hope of getting knocked out, but by saying, I want to rest my regulars.
How do you feel
and give
about
the others a run. I would tend to take that view. It depends on how big a club you are, what your strength and depth is, how many injuries you have. I think that also comes into play. But I think clubs overseas in the EPL have stopped doing that now. They are trying to put out their best teams for the FA Cup because they believe it's worthwhile. And I certainly hope that's the view that the USL teams take right here in our very own US Open Cup.
Of course, USL Championship teams will play in the Jägermeister Cup this year as well. I love all the extra tournaments and, of course, the prestigious Lamar Hunt US Open Cup, the longest running tournament in North America. 110th edition this year. Again, a full slate of games tomorrow as well, beginning at 7 o'clock. Four goals here in the second half for Ventura County. And it's just kind of what we talked about earlier. Eventually, Laguna United would just kind of lose some of their steam. Ventura County would wait them out, and that's essentially what happened. And Beboot with the hat trick. Euler on the board, Buckner, and Essengay as well.
Yeah, and as Sam Nicholson, the coach of Laguna United, was saying to us, that he was hoping that one or two players would put on a really good show, or more than one or two, put on a good show and catch the eye of the Ventura County FC coaches.
Well, did anybody stand out to you from that side tonight?
Not really, not enough to say you can step up to the level of Ventura County. Not to say they didn't play well, some of Laguna United FC players, but I was just looking for someone to be a bit more standout, a bit more special.
Vinny Garcia, a bit of a mishit there as he tried to step into it. Trying to spring another Garcia, Jacob, for Laguna United. Hudson Garner, who tried the long ball. Garcia. Trying to let that one go through. That one's wide. Correas.
There's a high press here from Ventura County. They're just keeping the pressure on. They're doing the right things. And I don't think the coaching staff are screaming at them, but they're also trying to get them to stick to the good habits. So it's a decent press, waiting to see if there's any mistakes coming from Laguna United.
Ventura County will improve to 3-1-1 against amateur sides in the U.S. Open Cup. Third ever win in this tournament. 3-2-1 overall. Used to participate in this as LA Galaxy 2. And one of the few next pro teams that actually does have a history in this tournament. They played a couple of Open Cup games last year, both against Irvine Zeta FC, the reserve team, and their pro parent club. Of course, in the iteration of LA Galaxy 2, they were a USL championship team.
Yeah, and I tell you what, they weren't a bad side as well. Some of the teams they put out are some really good players in them. You know, generally the two teams were easy fodder for most sides, but LA Galaxy 2 was never, that I can remember, was never an easy game for the sort of top sides.
Last year, Ventura County's Open Cup dreams ended in the second round to Irvine Zeta 3-0. They got blanked. Mikian dispossessed. Of course, Ventura County gained their spot in this tournament. LA Galaxy gained participation in the CONCACAF Champions Cup by, of course, winning MLS Cup last year. Vanny's father, Greg, head coach for LA Galaxy. Vanny, as far as getting on the score sheet, not much of a factor tonight, but in league play, as we mentioned earlier, tied for third in Next Pro in goals. 2, he's got 3 goal contributions total.
And he's young, 17 years of age. You've got a chance to progress a lot more there. Vinny Garcia, if I'm not incorrect, I've got him down as 14 years of age. He was born in 2010. This is the kid playing in midfield for Ventura County. So, wow, I mean, that's just crazy young, but what a talent.
There are plenty of teenagers in MLS Next Pro just that come up through the academy and get opportunities in those Next Pro matches. He's getting a great one here against some kids his age for Laguna United. Ventura County building up again. Looking to tack on that 7th goal. The extra point, if you will. Kocheski stepped in front of that. To the outside, it's Garcia. Cuts to the middle. Garcia, left foot, save made, and cleared away.
Good touch there from Vinny Garcia, and if he is 14 or even 15, does look to be a very exciting young talent there. And as I mentioned, on the other side, Hudson Garner's 15 or 16, Carter Beyond DeLilo's 15, freshman in high school. Been with the club since he was 6-year-old, so we're being treated to a lot of potentially good talents. Who knows, in 10 years' time, we might be looking at these players and they might be playing MLS or even higher. So perhaps stars of the future.
So Gary, how do you think this Ventura County side matches up against Monterey Bay if they indeed do come out on top tomorrow? They are the favorite as the USL Championship side. I mean, Monterey Bay, they've got more than a handful of MLS Next Pro players that were brought in this season. So from that point of view, should be a pretty interesting matchup if indeed Monterey Bay does get through into the second round.
And I'm sure it's a matchup that Ventura County players would be excited for. They want to test themselves against USL level. They probably think they're as good as those players.
Save there by Flores. Comes out for a corner.
So you always want to test yourself at the next level up and see if you can match it. But there's some big boys in this Ventura County side. I mean, they bring on Levin Sarabekian, and look at the size of him. He's about 6'3" or something. I mean, every single player has height, almost every single player.
Reyes barely missed that back post. Almost curled that one in.
So I think for Monterrey, they probably be a little bit worried coming up against Ventura.
If I were them, I would be too.
Attention, please, the substitution in the 82nd minute for Laguna United FC. Exiting the match, number 6, Eduardo Moreno. Entering the match, number 3, Andrew Bowles.
You just heard the announcement. Andrew Bowles enters for Eduardo Moreno in the 82nd minute. So again, just to recap the scoring tonight for Ventura County. Essengay off a corner made it 1-0 in the 18th minute. And that was after Laguna United and Hector Flores had survived a couple of golden opportunities that Flores made saves on. And then the first of 3 for Aaron Bebout in the 41st minute. Beautiful goal. 52nd, Bebout got his brace. Buckner added another to make it 4-0 in the 61st. Then 2 minutes later, it was Mueller who made it 5-0, and then Bebout capped it off in the 68th with his hat trick goal. So there you see round 2, April 1st or 2nd against either Monterey Bay or International San Francisco. That match is tomorrow. Could this be the moment for Laguna United? Can they get on the board? Never got all the way through. Might have been a handball. They get away with it. Just trickles wide on the shot from Bowles, who just entered the match, and it will be a corner for Laguna United. Gary, I want to see Laguna United get on the scoreboard here.
What an entrance from Bowles there to come on the pitch, Andre Bowles, and I tell you what, it's a very decent save from Brady Scott, who's had hardly anything to do all night.
We talked about it a bit earlier, but how difficult it is as a keeper to make a save like that when you haven't been tested really at all.
Really good save down to his right-hand side, very low down to the right.
Another throw in here coming for Laguna United. Pops around to the area. Raza tried to give chase, and it was cleared away. Newman. Raza shut down. Ventura County is looking for more.
Some neat play through the middle there from Ventura County, and accurate passing and ability to cut through the lines. It has been a little bit too easy second half. I thought first half Laguna United did all right. Scrappy goal to concede, had 1 or 2 little half chances, could have come in at only 1-0 down or maybe 2-1 down, but second half it's been pretty much one-way traffic, and they really have played well, Ventura County, and shown the difference in class.
Reyes. Garcia. Cleared away. Red Duck showing off some hops there.
Hit the referee, so he just has that drop ball quickly and play continues. Just looking at the big man in the middle there, number 60, Levon Sarabek. He's not getting any service. He's actually dropping deep now to try and get the ball, because he's such a big player. You want to whip in crosses and give him a chance to attack the ball, but it's been very few of those. It's been more to feet that Ventura County have been playing.
Essengay, who feels like a lifetime ago, got the scoring started in the 18th minute. Ball Ball that just trickled by Hector Flores. Off the corner. So what kind of takeaways, Gary, do you think Ventura County can have from this match? And of course, we know that, just calling spade a spade, they outclassed Laguna tonight. 6-0 score. They essentially, for the most part, especially in the second half, kind of did whatever they wanted. They for sure dictated the pace the entirety of the 90 minutes. So what kind of takeaways can Ventura have from this?
I think step one is you've got to get through the next round of the Cup, and they've done that. So you tick that box. B-Boot's hat-trick, especially the second goal, was a golazo. You know, if you're a coach, you're part of the coaching staff, you're like, okay, we had a player score a hat-trick, that's good. There's been some nice touches, playing the ball around here. And I just think it's just a decent day at the office. You can't make too much of it. Of course, for me, the excitement comes from a Ventura County point of view. If they get to play against Monterey Bay, if that is going to be the next round, then how do they perform against them? It's presumably it's seen as a higher level, the USL, and then it'll be a test for this team. And that's when the coaching staff really get to find out that, you know, who could take the pressure, who can deal with the physical side of it. When you come up against guys as big as you and probably more experienced and a bit nastier, that's when you get to figure out who's got the right sort of character to make it in the game.
Buckner remained on, sends a cross out in front, and it's an own goal. Deflects off Nicholson for number 7 for Ventura County.
You could see what Ben Nicholson was trying to do. I mean, he knew there was a player behind him. He knew if he didn't cut it out, it was probably going to get tapped in, but you still never really want to be responsible for an own goal. But again, nice. It's a lovely ball played through here. It's going to come in a moment where they move around, they circulate the ball. That ball there, lovely ball. They played for that. Buckner puts it into a fantastic space. Big man in the middle is waiting to tap it in. And it's just the pure pressure and quality of the ball in that forces the error.
Issued as an own goal in the 89th minute.
Well, you saw the score flash down. AV Alta closing in on a 3-1 victory, and they will have a date with FC Tulsa, USL Championship, in round 2, April 1st or 2nd. We're into the 90th minute. Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Let's see, Laguna United, can they muster up one here in the final moments?
We're all pulling for them just to get one goal.
We want them to feel good about themselves. Look, they acquitted themselves well in the first half, but it's never fun to go through a match like this, regardless of what expectations are.
The fourth official has indicated that a minimum of 1 minute has been added to the second half.
Cross comes in, Barraza slipped. So 1 minute of added time.
In fact, the best 2 chances, I think, for Laguna came just before half-time. Barraza had one of them, and they were inches away from tapping one into the back of the net there, which would have made an interesting half-time at 2-1. I'm not saying it would have changed the ultimate outcome, but it would have put Ventura County under a bit more pressure at halftime.
But all in all, pretty perfect performance from Ventura County. They dominate from start to finish. They're moving on to round 2 of the U.S. Open Cup, where they will await, once again, Monterey Bay or International San Francisco.
Well, if it is Monterey Bay, then it's going to be a good test for Ventura County.
And there is the final whistle. All Ventura County tonight. A 7th spot and a clean sheet. A hat trick for Aaron Beboot. And Ventura County advances to round number 2. Laguna United, their run in the Open Cup ends after the first round. Let's take a look at all 7 goals here for Ventura County. It all got started off of this corner in the 18th minute. Essengay got it going.
Yeah, you got to touch him between goalkeeper and defender. They both left the ball, and that, I think that sort of was a bit of a gut punch for Laguna United because it was a scrappy goal to give away. Lewis Muller here gets one to the far post, and then it's a golazo. So it goes from one extreme to the other. A really bad goal to give away, and then a golazo from B-Boot. And then once this one went in, a flick on at the near post, B-Boot hits it 3-0. It pretty much was one-way traffic from that moment onwards. Ball gets whipped out wide here for the fourth one. Buckner decides to have a go himself, cuts inside, has a dip, gets a deflection, back of the net, but credit to him for the effort in making it all happen. And then battling in midfield, the ball's going to get slipped in here to Lewis Muller. Throws around the goalkeeper, empty net.
Oh, that's a great ball from the 15-year-old Garcia,
Absolutely.
just fresh off the bench. Mueller had himself a great game. So did Buckner.
B-Boot here hits it first time, which is quality. Side foot in the corner. But that was a really good finish as well. And then the ball gets whipped in near post. Ben Nicholson knows that if he leaves it, it's going to get tapped in by the big guy, Levin Sarabekin. So he tries to get it out of touch and instead puts it in to his own net.
All 7 put home by Ventura County. They take down Laguna United in dominant fashion, and they are on to round 2. For the legendary Gary Bailey and our entire U.S. Open Cup crew, this is Josh Appel saying so long from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be back with more round 1 action tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you next time.